What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today I got a real good video for y'all, for entertainment purposes only. So stay tuned to the end. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And leave a comment, but let's just run it.
Stop. You're going to want to see this. So did y'all hear about the hand chip trend in Sweden? Sound like the mark of the beast to me.
The most cutting-edge thing about Hannes
Listen.
Querblad isn't the phone in his hand. It's the microchip actually in his hand. The tiny implant is the latest advance in a biohacking technology that is steadily becoming a part of normal life in Sweden. Swedes haven't been shy about upgrading themselves with the new version. Thousands already have microchip implants that they use in their daily lives, waving their hand to gain entrance to the gym, confirm their ID, or make payments. A short moment of pain not putting them off becoming part Swede, part machine. This event is an implant party, simply where ordinary people can show up and get a microchip embedded under their skin. The biohacking movement in Sweden is hosting them all over Europe, but it's at home where they get the most willing recipients.
It's something about having your digital wallet in your hand and being able to enter buildings with your hand, the chip that's inside of your hand, that gives me very much Mark of the Beast vibes. Could this be the beginning of the Mark of the Beast? Y'all let me know in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned.
Anybody in here from Sweden? Let me know about this. Fill me in a little bit. I don't know if I'm comfortable with this, and a lot of people might agree, but at the same time, we all carrying around a cell phone to basically do the same exact thing.
If you're a light worker or healer, you have asked yourself this question many times. How do I heal and do light work onto others and humanity without absolutely draining myself? Here are some tips and tricks to help you not feel drained. Because trust me, the earth needs you light workers and healers. Don't give up just yet. I know it's hard, but don't give up just yet. The first is to balance your chakras. No human being is perfect. We all have somewhat misaligned chakras. But when you're doing healing and light work for others, especially for a whole group of people, you need to be as much of a pure channel as possible. So that means you cannot have chakras that are too misaligned, otherwise you'd be doing others a disfavor. And aligning chakras is actually fairly easy. If you have a misaligned heart chakra, that shows up as overly empathetic, emotional upheaval, no boundaries. Do everything opposite of that, work on that. That's how you balance it out. That's how you cancel it and it becomes singularity, like 0 point. Same thing with the misaligned root chakra. That shows up as anxiety, fear, overindulgence. Do everything opposite of that. Stop overindulging. Don't feed into your fears. When you are as aligned as possible in your energy bodies, you are no longer polarized to either or. You are 0 point. You are singularity. And I talk about this all the time in my videos. The most powerful spiritual healer is not somebody that's always love and light and positivity. It's somebody who is at 0 point. They are neutral. Like if you stand next to this kind of person, their energy is so neutralizing, so peaceful that it'll actually put you to sleep. Now, the reason why I keep talking about neutrality is because when you're that balanced in yourself, nothing can drain you of your energy. Absolutely nothing. Well, maybe physical ailments, let's be realistic here, but spiritually, almost nothing will be able to touch you. To access neutral or 0 point, besides the whole aligning your chakra thing, is for you to learn detachment. I recommend everybody who's on this light work and healing path to research Buddhist monks or Zen monks mentality, and it's basically do no harm, take no shit. When you have mastered these two main things, you will become a very, very powerful, resourceful, impactful light worker and healer. Understand that the darkness works in unison with the light, and the light also works in unison with the darkness. We human beings are actually a very interesting hybrid of multiple different extraterrestrial races, and some of them are good and some of them are bad, but because we carry those different DNAs, we innately find it very, very hard to balance the polarities within us because we are literally like half angel, half devil. If you want to learn more about human hybridization, how to neutralize our human nature, how to ascend spiritually, my book, Made in God's Image, is linked in my bio. It has helped many people understand how this matrix actually came to be, what these aliens want from us, what are even fallen angelics. But for everybody else, I hope this video helped you, especially if you're a light worker.
It's a lot of folks out here unbalanced. Even sometimes I find myself unbalanced, but you got to do what it takes to get yourself back aligned so you can start feeling healthy and start feeling good again.
These people have a lion for a pet. Look at those teeth. These are native to Africa. They're called a caracal, and that's not good to have as a house pet. Because yes, you can take their claws out, but look at those teeth. Man, I remember growing up, my mom had a cat named Reese that was evil. And that cat would run up the wall and just jump and pounce on you and stick her nails into your skull. Imagine what this caracal would do. I'm sorry, but no cats like people. They're the worst pet to have. Look at this.
Morbid Facts, Part 190. Elvis had a pet chimpanzee named Scatter that drank beer and whiskey and pulled clothes off of women. During parties, he would randomly bite guests and throw his poo all over the house. Elvis's friend Lamar Fike once electrocuted Scatter with a cattle prod after being so fed up with his erratic behavior. But Scatter's death was ultimately caused by a housemaid who poisoned him after the chimp pulled her wig off and bit her in the face. In 1946, highly respected World War II veteran Isaac Woodard was honorably discharged. Just hours later, while still in uniform, he was viciously attacked by a group of South Carolina police officers. Isaac was left permanently blind and claimed it was all because he said yes to a police officer instead of yes, sir. Connecticut gallery owner Fernando Alvarez was arrested after dropping a 10-foot-long, 800-pound sculpture of a heroin spoon in front of Purdue Pharma's headquarters. He says he plans to gift more spoons to other drug companies as well as to politicians and doctors.
Today is the full moon wolf. It's going to be a lot of dark magic today. The moon is responsible for all kind of dark magic. That's why certain people can't wake up, because they're under hypnosis. Hypnosis is just another word for saying that you're under a magic spell. These magic spells all started when we first was born to the matrix. That's why they keep our placenta at the hospital. This is the reason why the enemy know who we are, where we came from, what we're going to do, and how we're going to live. It's all written in our placenta, or the tree of life. Every curse and spell is coming from the moon. This is moon magic. So many people are collecting moon water, not understanding your moon water is not holy. We was blessed when we was inside of our mother's womb. This is the fake baptized water. This don't make things manifest. It put a dark spell on you. Don't forget that everything is dark magic and witchcraft. That's why they put chemicals in our water. Chemicals is a potion. When you go in the supermarket and pick up your food and you turn it around and you see this, or when you read the ingredients on the back of your food products, this is all witchcraft. Or how about when you get sick and you take their medication? This is witchcraft. I remember we couldn't even go outside when it was a full moon because our parents said the full moon makes people crazy. Now people are worshiping the full moon. You forgot what your parents told you? The full moon makes the tides of the ocean rise. So when the tides from the ocean rise, our emotion actually rises. And we all should know that we are 70 or 75% of water by now. Our emotions is linked directly with the phases to the moon. Sometimes you are happy, then you are sad out of nowhere. Well, you can thank the moon for that. Did you know that they have 13 witches do chants and witchcraft over all music you listen to? That's why they call these records, because once you listen to it, it records all of your emotions. Did you know that the word mu actually means water in Egyptian? So when you look at the word music, you see mu and sick. Water, sick, a sickness of water. So since we are 70% of water, when we listen to the music, it make us sick. And we all know the best part of music is listening to the hook. The same hook they show when a boy is fishing from the moon. That's why they showed us E.T. going home, flying across the moon. Every time they show a witch, she is flying across the moon. They're trying to tell you something. So when you hear the phrases, that person is asleep and that person is woke. Sleep means you are under a spell. Woke means you broke the spell from the moon.
Y'all, look at this guy control penguins, y'all. Look at this. Look at this shit. This is in New York. Of course it's in New York. You tell him to go up.
Down, man. Down.
He said down and he went down.
One lap.
One lap. Look at this shit.
One more.
One more. He said one more. They went around.
Yeah, man.
What? This guy is either a superhero or a CIA agent. And the reason why I said he might be a CIA agent, because y'all know the theory about pigeons being robots, right? And look how on command, come on y'all, this gotta be a CIA agent. Yeah, because I said it before, have you ever seen a baby pigeon? I've never seen a baby pigeon before. These are full-fledged birds, robot birds. Yeah, that shit crazy, you guys. It said down, it went down and all, boy. That's crazy, boy. That man reminds me of Coop Man from Hey Arnold, I believe. The guy who talked to pigeons, who was taking care of the pigeons, talking about they listen to me and I listen to them and whatnot. Literally, see, I'm telling you, all these TV shows, these movies, literally about our lives, y'all. We just haven't met these people yet. But the superheroes, they're coming. They're here. Let me know what you guys think about this video. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during this interesting time. Thank y'all for tuning to my frequency. We hitting the ship, y'all. Let's get it. Peace in.
We got the pigeon whisperer out here. I seen people controlling pigeons by clapping, but never by voicing.
Oh, man. Whoa.
There's nothing wrong with it, Cian. It's just a giant moth. Hello, beautiful. Get it away from me. See you, beautiful little moth. You have a nice day.
Australians had a perceptions of being real tough, and I gotta admit, by living alongside creatures like this, you gotta have some thick skin.
Argentina ya en 6 de 2024.
Ay, Dios, qué horror.
El patito, ¿eh?
Ay, mira lo que es eso, parece una nave espacial.
Era una nave. Hazle zoom, no mames, qué pedo, grábalo, no.
Is it possible that there are aliens living on the moon, Earth's moon? Now hear me out before you decide yes or no. Plus I got a video that might just show something. For years, astronomers and even NASA itself has shown videos and images of UFOs flying next to or over the moon. Some scientists, including those with ties to NASA, claim they have proof of alien bases on the moon. Now, I myself have been saying for years that I believe the moon could be an alien space station. That extraterrestrials have been using the moon to observe us for hundreds of thousands of years, whether we're a zoo or something else. That would make a lot of sense with all the shenanigans that have been going on for the past few years. Now let me show you a video I just found of a massive UFO flying over the moon.
We have an unidentified flying object. We'll try it, but there is a big cowboy. You can see the big guy along with it.
you think it's possible that aliens are on the moon watching us? Or that the moon itself could be an alien space station? Let me know in the comments, Pooshkies. Shabadoo.
Hey, who really know what's up there? All we can do is speculate, because only thing we know is what we've been told, because none of us actually been up there ourselves.
Is this battery finally the end of you having to charge your phone? Betavolt's BV100 battery can last 50 years without a charge. And that's because it has a radioactive isotope of nickel. An isotope is like a different version of the same element. So they'll have the same number of protons, but have a different number of neutrons. Kind of like twins. They're essentially the same thing, but then one is more yoked than the other. This radioactive decay sheds electrons because it's trying to get down to a more stable state. And that electron is a source of electricity for us to take advantage of. During decay, they can become different elements. In this case, nickel is turning into copper. As long as it keeps decaying, it will keep expelling energy, and you can play Candy Crush for decades. This is a kind of nuclear battery, and we already put versions of them in satellites and spacecraft because they can be left alone for decades, and the radiation isn't hurting anyone. You know, probably. However, there are issues. For one, this is the kind of radioactive material that you don't want inside of you. So considerable shielding needs to be in place to protect us. Material scientists have also brought up the very valid point that it actually doesn't generate enough electricity for its size. But the bigger you make it for more power, the bigger the shielding needs to be, and then what's the point? The scientists are hoping to release an improved version by next year, or find a way to mix it with current batteries to improve their lives. Either way, I love the idea behind it because it gets to the root of the problem by just helping to reduce our energy consumption.
It's of True Horror, Part 1. A woman vacationing in India was recording a TikTok when she was suddenly approached by a potential kidnapper. Luckily, he was scared away as soon as he saw her phone, which may have saved her life. This is why you should always start recording from your phone or pretend to call someone if you ever see a suspicious stranger approaching you. This is why you should always test the waters before paddleboarding in South America. Or, you know, just don't go to South America, ever. You might have to watch it twice, but this one's pretty self-explanatory once you see it.
Goblin-looking creatures, UFOs playing Ring Around the Rosie. At this point, this world is just one big movie.
Aspetta. Ecco. Che storia, guarda, guarda, ma che è? Ah, si è diviso, guarda che... Oh, uno è volato via. Guarda, guarda, se sta a muovere. Guarda, ce n'è uno piccolo che gli gira attorno. Sta scappando via. Pezzo è dato, guarda che storia. Mamma, è dato.
We've all been programmed to believe that the moon is what controls the tides to be changed. But what if I told you it was actually controlled by the 4 rivers at the Garden of Eden? On the flat earth map, the North Pole is directly located at the center of the earth, where they've told us that there's no land. But let me introduce you to the Mercator map, which is an early map of the North Pole created in the 1500s by Mercator. In this map, which was also sent to the Queen Elizabeth, it describes a very tall black rock magnetic mountain at the very center of the flat earth, with a whirlpool, and then 4 rivers extending out of that whirlpool. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into 4 heads. And remember, the Garden of Eden is upon the holy mountain of God. So we have the 4 rivers coming out of Eden, which is upon the holy mountain of God. It's actually directly underneath Mount Zion. And it says here, in the midst of the 4 countries is a whirlpool, into which there are empty these 4 indrawing seas. The Bible actually tells us that one of these rivers actually moves around the entire land of Ethiopia, which is Africa. So these oceans that we have are not oceans. They're not big pools of water. They are big rivers, which is why they flow and they change tides. It's not because of the moon. So we know this is still here to this day because all the early NASA satellite footage, which actually depicts the flat circular Earth, has this black hole at the center where the North Pole is. I wonder why. We can also look at a live wind finder view of the North Pole and we can see there's something huge diverting the wind. And by the way, not even Mount Everest itself can divert wind, so there's something huge here diverting it. What's diverting it is the holy mountain of God, Mount Zion. And remember, it's located at the North Pole, which is the very center of the flat earth map. Or in other words, the middle of the earth. And this was prophesied in the book of Enoch, which was removed from the Bible. From thence I proceeded to the middle of the earth and beheld a happy and fertile spot. Then I saw a holy mountain, and underneath it water on the eastern side, which flowed towards the south. A holy mountain with water underneath it. That's interesting. So who are you going to believe? You're going to believe man, or you're going to believe God? If you're ready to get a deeper understanding on the flat earth and the North Pole, go download the True Earth book.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you sub up, like, and hit the bell. Until next time.
Come on, spill the tea.